I know? I need a higher definition than what it seems. There's gotta be more. Gotta be more.
Come on and take me higher, yeah. There's gotta be more. There's gotta be more. I wanna know beyond all the rules and even past the school. I wanna know more, yeah, yeah, yeah.
I need a higher definition. I've been searching for more. When will I find it? When will I see it? What will I do? When will I know? I need a higher definition than what it seems. There's gotta be more. Gotta be more.
Come on and take me higher, yeah. There's gotta be more. There's gotta be more. I wanna know beyond all the rules and even past the school. I wanna know more, yeah, yeah, yeah.
I need a higher definition. I've been searching for more. When will I find it? When will I see it? What will I do? When will I know? I need a higher definition than what it seems. There's gotta be more. Gotta be more.
Come on and take me higher, yeah. There's gotta be more. There's gotta be more. I wanna know beyond all the rules and even past the school. I wanna know more, yeah, yeah, yeah.
I need a higher definition.
Good evening. Welcome to Higher Definition Radio, where our goal is to take you higher. I keep looking at my black and white photo that's on there, and man, that thing is just like my mama made. So I want to give a shout out to my mama for producing such a stellar son, the prettiest of the Ratchet kids. I look at that black and white. That thing, even when I'm dead and gone, folks gonna be saying, "Man, look at that guy right there." Other than that, good evening, everyone. Marlon, like he ain't trying to hear none of that mess. Want to say thank you to Al Boyd who graced us with his presence this morning and delivered a great message. Um, I guess between you and Al Marlon, y'all are half of M Phase duo. So I can say we got both of them covered tonight.
Oh,
And
yeah.
Al did an amazing job this morning delivering a message. It's great to see him doing good things and positive things out in the community. And man, it's good to connect with people. We reminisce. Candace, you don't remember you was still a little baby when we used to get to the studio at 5 a.m. And me and Everett and Al used to walk 10 miles on Sunday mornings, saying we were getting healthy, but then we'll go to breakfast right after the show and eat pancakes and waffles. That was a good old day. Shout out
You
to
got
High
to celebrate, right? You got to celebrate the walk.
Man, shout out to High Definition. So we had got like a fan club of people who were going to work who we happened to walk by their house at a certain time. They would say, "I see y'all out here again, brothers. I see y'all keep doing it." Dogs and everything else out there. So shout out to Al Boyd and Everett Abel for those morning walks. Enough about me and my life. Candace, you just smiling. How are you been, man?
I've been pretty good. I'm excited to take a few days off, short week this week, and just relax. I'm laughing at you. You had these jokes that reminded me of me and my mom. We got a gym membership. We would go walking on the treadmill and then go to Bojangles. Like that was when I was a teenager. I'm like, you look back at the choices, you're like, what was I thinking? Like that doesn't even add up. I just wasted, 30 minutes of time walking for what?
Get a good old sausage and egg biscuit after the walk.
Yeah, chicken, man, no.
Shout out to Jimmy, I think we're gonna get this White Shoe Baptist Church going this year. Lamont
very loyal.
Oh man, he ready for it to get going. For Lamont being a pastor of White Shoe Baptist Church. We got some rules now. We're gonna have some serious rules up in there. Shout out to Monique Kirk, Dr. Monique Kirk. Monique, you got to come in strong. You can't come in weak on a show like this. You got to give people what they came to see for Turkey Day. You got to come in strong. Pastor Gene Hunt, good evening, sir. Hope you are doing well. Oh man, the family's in the house. Miss Simpson, good evening, and hope you're doing well. And Tennille, as always, thank you for watching and sharing. Tia, how are you, ma'am?
I'm doing great. Can't complain about anything.
You just sitting back smiling, talking about you can't complain. I won't complain.
I can't complain about anything. I've had a great day. It's been a great week. I'm ready to eat some good food this week. Nothing at all to complain about.
We're going to get back to that good food because we're going to talk about our meals for Thanksgiving. Some of us are not like the others on this panel. Marlon Davis, how are you, sir?
Doing good. Good to be with the crew tonight. Good seeing everybody. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Looking forward to next week myself. Get a little break as well. So happy to see that, and just happy to spend time with family, right? I mean, yes, it's about good food, but it's nothing like spending time with your family because tomorrow's not promised, And we were talking, me and my wife were talking about that tonight where, some people who we were with last year aren't with us this year, right? So it's just, to me, it's important to get together, fellowship, and hug on one another. Let you know you love each other. Any bygones, please kill them, crush them. Talk to your sister, your brother, your uncle, your aunt, mama, daddy, whoever, man. Don't hold on to that stuff because we are not promised. And I say that from the heart because it can happen. But besides that, looking forward to a great show and happy Thanksgiving to the High Definition family.
That's all right, Marlon. I'll save my food question in a second. Shout out to Minister Fred Thompson, who's been joining us since Everett's been out. We laughed last week that he might not be here if the phone rang, and I was telling the crew a little. I think Fred has had a funeral 5 out of the last at least 6 days. He's been officiating some funeral or taking part in the funeral. Um, I can see his face now saying tragic, but he's that's how he makes his living. And even on Sunday, I was like, man, who's doing a Sunday funeral? He's like, hey, phone rung, sir. I am going to take care of that. I say, man, shout out to you, but be safe out there. So good evening to everyone. I do have a question for our resident counselor and minister, Candace. This time of year is happy for a lot of people. Like I love this time of year. I love hearing who's gonna show up.
Mhm.
But not everyone is happy. What advice do you give to people who might not be in the best headspace on this time of year?
Yeah, I really tell people to do what's best for them, right? That may look like, not going. Now, of course, like people would think, oh, that's awkward. But if you know that if you go to such house and they're gonna, you're gonna break down and be more in a difficult mental space, then don't go. I know we love gathering, but sometimes it's like you have to do what's best for you. You have to work your way up to that. I believe that grief is something that you work towards every day. Like for example, if you went to mom's and you had breakfast every morning with mom, and now it's like, oh man, like she's not here to make that breakfast. So what is something that you can do to memorialize her in that moment? And sometimes I talk to people and they're not there yet. They can't even do that. They just have to sit there and realize, okay, this person's not here, so what can I do? What supports can I reach out to or lean on for someone to help? Can somebody bring me a plate? Do I come later to the family house? Like, you have to figure out what is best for you. And a lot of times my therapy is like helping people find that what is going to be best in those moments, because they are tough. Like, you got the whole family and the person that you love the most is not there.
No, and Tia, I go to you with the same question, like coping with these holidays. I am a person that's lost a few people this year, people I've known for years. And there's always, I don't care what year I'm in, a shock death, a death where you say, man, I didn't see that coming on the bingo card. Like you just didn't know because of age, or you just saw them and they seem healthy and they got a diagnosis. Tia, what advice do you give to anyone struggling or going through right now at the holiday time?
Oh man, it's like you said, it's a happy time for us because we like the holidays and we like, being around family. We like laughing and talking. We like all those things, but um, I know for a fact that it's not that way for everybody, right? I have a friend that lost her son a few years ago, and I'm constantly praying for her and always in prayer for her. Most importantly during these holidays because he was her only child, and
Mm,
um, I know during regular times it's really hard for her, and she struggles with that a lot. So I think about her a lot as Thanksgiving is approaching and you're with your family and everyone else is with their families, their children, and man, you can't imagine how hard that is, right? Um, I've lost family members um, close to the holidays. I know my uncle been gone for a long, long time. My mom's older brother, but he died close to Christmas, like a week before Christmas or a few days before Christmas. I can't remember, but that was hard times for my family all those years ago. And then coming up on the new year, I lost my cousin years ago. So that it can be trying times, it could be rough times, but I think what Candace is saying, you have to find your own place. You have to find what works for you, and that's what you have to work with. You can't be one of those times where you just you go along with what people want you to do, because you'll have a lot of family members. Oh, you should come out. You need to get out. You need to be around people. Well, sometimes you don't.
mm,
Sometimes it doesn't work for you to be around a lot of people. Sometimes it makes you sadder. It makes you um, it puts you in a really bad space. Worse off than you were if you were around people. So, I just think people should do what makes them happy. You should do what makes you feel comfortable. You shouldn't allow people to push you into a corner to go anywhere or be around people if that's not what you want to do. You do what makes you happy. Like Tennille is saying, everybody agrees different. Everybody is different. Even if you're like Marlon saying, if you're arguing with family, if you're not getting along, and you feel like that's not a good space for you, you said sorry, you did whatever it is to make things right. Move on. Have some peace.
Marlon, um, we grew up in similar type of neighborhoods with similar type of people, and and I'm not gonna say every black family. That's all I know, right? I grew up around black people. My whole life has been surrounded by mostly black people. But a lot of times for the holidays, the way we get through is drinking or smoking, or you know, that is a way to cope with problems that the world is giving you. What are your thoughts on how we need to deal with this holiday season if you're not as happy?
Yeah, and that brought back memories too, Lamont. I remember at the home house, what we call it, South Carolina, right? They sitting at the table, say, get up out of there before the gin start hitting, right? Because that's when everybody gonna get comfortable telling you what's been bothering them. But I agree with Tia and Candace as far as grieving, in a way that helps you. My sister-in-law, she lost her son, and he was with us for Thanksgiving last year, and he's not with us this year. Only 24 years old. You don't see that coming, right? You think your kid's gonna outlive you, and so we're definitely going, to Thanksgiving this year to make sure that we surround her. And again, like you all said, Tia, Candace, people grieve differently, right? And I remember speaking to my sister-in-law when it happened probably months after that, and she was saying, a lot of times the silence is loud, right? She needs to get out. She needs to get her mind on other things, because if she's by herself, it's not helpful to her. So in that case, it would be where, hey, you need family surrounding you. You need people to kind of uplift you and just be there, right? But I definitely agree that people grieve differently. And this time of year, even people that you hadn't recently lost, right? You're gonna have thoughts of that. Every Thanksgiving, Christmas, and things like that. Of course, I think about grandma, granddaddy, right? I don't even know if people got big mama still living, but you think about big mama. Those are the glue to the family, right? And you kind of look back on that, you'd be like, man, things have changed so much. And then even with my grandmother, you know, you think about people that you had to go to talk to, right, Lamont, that would kind of give you some good straight advice, and go to the word. And like, I ain't trying to hear what God's saying in this right now when you was younger. But that stuff rings true as you get mature. And then my grandfather, even for him, he was so straightforward. He was that one, if you don't want a raw answer, don't ask Solomon Davis, because he gonna let you know straight up, and you're gonna be like, woo, I don't know if I want to come back to you. I'd rather have the blanketed truth, right? But I would say, Lamont, to say all of that, man, just with that, grieve in a way that's going to be comfortable for you. If you're not comfortable going out, I would say at least let the family know. Hey, I really want to be there with you all, but I'm just not feeling it today. Like Candace say, hey, can somebody just bring me a plate? I'll be there in spirit, et cetera, et cetera. But I still think that communication needs to be there, because a lot of times what I notice with families, if we don't communicate, people assume stuff. So we don't want to cause any issues like that. Well, Marlon ain't show up. He must ain't want to be around his family this year. So just communicate. That's my best advice in that.
No, you brought up a great point. Everyone brought up great points about, but I'm telling you, that's a shift what y'all bringing up. If you don't want to be around people, don't go. Nah, black folks will call you funny acting, and you will be labeled as funny acting. She thinks she better than us. He think he better than us.
Or if you get there, Lamont, and you quiet and ain't saying nothing to nobody, right? You ain't speaking. You just staying to yourself because you grieving, you whatever. You're not in that mode, right? Automatic, such and such over there.
It's never enough for people. That's why you have to tap into what you need, because like they're gonna talk either way.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm in agreement with Candace. It doesn't matter what you do, so that's why you choose what's best for you. You do what makes you happy, what makes you feel comfortable. We're always gonna have something to say. We always gonna be. It's always gonna be somebody in the family. It don't take that long to get over there. You know, she should be over there by now. Or she just don't want to come around. Or like you said, you think she got a new job. She thinks she better than us. She can't come over here and eat with us no more. That type of stuff. That's gonna go on no matter what you do. It doesn't matter if you go and you stay all day. Somebody's gonna have something to say. So you do what makes you happy, you do what makes you comfortable. And we got to get to points where we realize that we don't put ourselves out for others. We stop putting ourselves in awkward positions, uncomfortable situations to make other people happy and other people comfortable. Why should I
No,
be uncomfortable for someone else to be comfortable?
yeah, at White Shoe Baptist Church that should start up at the first of the year.
Oh,
Jimmy Dixon, we gonna make people feel comfortable. We're gonna make people feel comfortable at that ministry. I don't know how we're gonna do it, but we're gonna take time with them and comfort them in times of grief, in times of collection plate coming around. At White Shoe Baptist, that's exactly what we're gonna do. Make you feel the need, and we need somebody like Minister Fred Thompson, who is used to dealing with the grieving in this process. Speaking of how people can act a little funny, and if you're watching and joining us, I am, because I don't want to make this a downward conversation. We have the same conversation. What are you thankful for every single year that we've been on the air before Thanksgiving? And we like to have a little bit of fun with it because I do think Thanksgiving is a time for people to come together. It's a time for people to relax. A lot of people's jobs have off. And it gives you a time to unwind and if you like sports, watch sports, or just relax. And I think that's what the holidays. But I agree with everyone. It shouldn't be stressed out to go hang out with Big Mama's house. Because also at these family gatherings, somebody gonna give you the blues. Somebody gonna talk about your clothes, your ashy, your hair ain't, the kids' hair ain't done.
Why you got to be ashy, Lamont?
Oh, come on, Marlon. Come on, Marlon. You come on now. Shout out to Gene, who will support the White Shoe Baptist Church Incorporated. We're gonna have to incorporate it. And then I'm gonna have to get Doctor or Bishop in front of my name to make it really look official. Bishop Dr. Lamont Rashford
no.
to head it up. So shout out to Eugene. I know this has been a trying year for you and your family, sir.
I just want to say the Cowboys won. I'm sorry, Lamont.
Oh, the Cowboys did win. Okay. Shout out to Eugene and your family. I know y'all had a rough year this year, and we continue to pray for you. And I know you're a minister and a man of God. And even when I think about things like this, actually, when I go down and I tag people in the show, there's people names in my Rolodex that are not here anymore. And every time I see it, it always makes me pause like, man, that person, passed away this year or last year. And that is tough. That is tough to reconcile with and tough to think about. I think about even at my church, how many funerals we had at the first part of the year. It seemed like it was back to back to back, a shock, another shock. And you just never know. And with a traditional church, with people who stretch the gamut of being elderly to young, some people gonna leave up out of here. And you pray that they're right with God, but it just always catches you off guard. Again, I want to thank people for watching and joining us, and even laughing or thinking about this year as a whole. I know it's not over, but these last 40 days are gonna fly by in this year. And we'll be talking about Happy New Year pretty soon. And, we were talking off air, and I want to bring up a topic I bring up every single year. What is your favorite food? So if you are watching us, joining us tonight, please put your favorite food into the comments. And I'm going to start with Candace. because what I heard is blasphemy, and she will not be invited to White Shoe Baptist Church.
You
Candace,
talking about the vegan chitlins?
yeah, what is your favorite
Listen,
food?
just because I don't eat meats,
Wow.
it's going on 5 years, does not mean I don't throw down. I eat all the good stuff, vegetarian. So my favorite is the collard greens and the mac and cheese. Now I don't put meat in my collard greens, but I do season them well. And I know for you, Lamont, that is like a must. Like you cannot have no collard greens without the neck bone in there. But it's possible. I'm here to tell you, and it
What
tastes
you
so good.
seasoning them with? If you ain't got meat in them.
Oh my god! And you too. Like, is there
Paprika.
any vegetarians out there? Like, can somebody comment below?
It-
Seasoning. Look,
It's
red
possible.
peppers.
It is possible. My sister-in-law is pescatarian, and so seasoning greens and things like that, you got to take that into account when we make Thanksgiving and they're coming over or something like that. You have to take into account that she doesn't eat.
Would she boil them in chicken broth or something?
Oh, veggie stock, Marlon.
Veggie stock.
Okay, I'm just
it
trying
is,
to
Veggie
veggie stock. My
stock
bad.
and,
You can't even have chicken broth. That's considered
No.
meat, bro.
That's chicken off the
You're gonna
chicken.
be sick.
So there's stuff that you can do.
Yeah.
But if you season real good,
Yeah, you won't tell. Like I'm telling you.
I'm just gonna look
I
at
didn't
y'all
get
for a
no
minute.
fried turkey last year. Lamont been
You sure,
promising
Marlon?
me
You
a
did
fried
get that
turkey
fried
since
turkey.
2015.
No, Marlon. I made you the fried turkey. Ask your wife. I think y'all came and got the fried turkey.
You sure about that?
Ask your wife. Just ask your wife.
She listen. I hope she listened to the show, Marquise.
Yeah, I
if you
think
listening,
that fried
let's call
turkey was-
Lamont out. I don't remember going to get no
Marlon
fried
said he
turkey.
didn't get
But
none
we'll
of the
see.
turkey. They might have got it, but he didn't eat none.
Yeah, Dr. Houston, who joins us, is a pescatarian. And Candace, I'm gonna say the same thing that I say to her every year. They probably giving you the blues at cookouts.
Man,
Oh,
yeah, they do. That's why I just chilled on coming. Like I have to prepare myself. It's every year. Like it could be a cookout. It could be Thanksgiving, Christmas. They like, you still a vegetarian? Oh, it can't be me. Can't be me. Like that's
Yeah, she over there eating
I've
devil eggs
built
and
a
cornbread.
tolerance up for the comments. Like, it's okay. It's okay. I do it for my health. You know, there was a time in my life where they were like, "Hey, you're gonna take this blood pressure medicine, or you're gonna change
There
your
you go.
life." That's what I did. I know that's a bit drastic, but I did.
No, it's not. I mean, I respect your choice. We joking around. I respect your choice. Anybody, honestly, that's discipline. Anybody can do that, right?
Yeah, it was
even
hard.
even
Ain't
for you
gonna
to
lie.
be at other people's homes and what you grew up on, probably what you used to, your background, right? And to be
Yes.
able to pass that up and still
Mhm.
stick to what you were committed to. You said for 4 years.
Yes.
Yeah, my wife said she honestly don't remember Lamont. I'm
boy,
gonna
it's
take that
getting
as I don't remember neither
Was
one of
it
us.
good? That's the question. It
Well,
must not be.
I don't even
Marlon.
remember tasting no fried turkey from him.
Marlon,
Now he has
Marlon.
told me he was gonna get me one, but I don't remember getting anything.
Tennille, I see you and brought this up from last year
Thank
about
you,
Marlon
Tennille.
and his fried turkey. Marlon, whenever you need this fried turkey, you just let me know, sir. I
Okay.
want to go on record. So if you don't get it, it's up to you. But on
Okay.
Thanksgiving Day, I will be dropping some fried turkeys. Just whatever y'all need to do, sir. Whatever
doing
you
the
need.
date, we going to Atlanta. You're doing the
No,
date.
so now say I can't help your schedule, sir. I can't help your schedule. Oh goodness! Thank you, Tennille, for getting that started. Tia, favorite food during this holiday?
Well, I don't have one favorite food, right, for Thanksgiving. So it's usually dressing, potato salad, mac and cheese. And then I like to have my little stickies on the side. I be dipping and everything, eating. Yeah.
And, Jimmy Dixon, shout out to you. I think you're gonna be the head deacon and the head usher. White Shoe Baptist does not support Candace's food choices. So, on services we have where we need to bring in the ham, 5 pieces of fried chicken per member. Candace, you won't be partaking because
Listen, Lamont, if I can add a disclaimer, listen, I still cook Warren and Bell their chicken. They still have their turkey, their chicken. I just choose not to eat it.
That's got to be rough.
That got to be tough.
I done built up a tolerance now. It's like I'm scared to go back to chicken, honestly.
You should be slick with Thanksgiving with your hubby and make him a tofu turkey. He might not even know if you
That's
season
not
it right.
I ain't gonna lie to you. That's disgusting. Tofu is not it.
I
I'd
got
rather
you a
do
TT, baby.
Marlon Davis, come on, favorite food, sir.
I'm like, T, it ain't just one, but I mean, nobody can really match it, man. My grandma's dressing, right? I ain't really, I found some people come close to it, but that dressing, man, just got a hit, right? I done had so many dry turkeys. Everybody swears they turkey the bomb, and I done injected it with this,
Marlon.
injected it with that, and turkey just as dry as toast. But as far as the food goes, man, you gotta have that dressing. You gotta have that mac and cheese and them yams touching each other. That yam hit that mac and cheese, blow your head off, bro.
Marlon, I don't know whose house you done ate it, but toast.
Hey, Tia, you never had nobody brag on the turkey talking about they didn't juiced it up.
Marlon, we went through this conversation last year, sir. I thought you had this turkey. Whenever you return, sir, y'all just let your wife is watching also. Just let me know, sir. The turkey is yours.
I know you're good for it, Lamont. I just don't remember getting it, sir. That's all I'm saying.
I'm gonna have to go back to text messages and all.
Yeah.
Y'all
know I'm petty, so I'm going back to messages. Marlon, you arrived at 3:22 at my house.
Right.
You didn't get no turkey, Marlon.
Yeah, he'll post a video on Facebook.
Yeah, I'm walking out with a turkey.
He's gonna have me coming out his driveway with a turkey that I do not remember getting. But Lamont, I do like the dressing is my overall favorite, right? If it's made right. But
is that the cornbread dressing?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Gravy.
Not that stovetop stuff. And whoever out there makes stovetop stuff and talking about that, don't do that to people. Please don't do that to people. That's not for Thanksgiving.
Now, I think not until I got in the military did I realize there was different types of dressing or stuffing. Like when I got exposed to different food options in the military, I was like, this ain't what my mama was making. My mama had eggs floating in her, celery. It's a whole different ball game. Yeah. The gravy thick. Shout out to the U.S. Army who showed me there was a whole different world out here from food choices. Me and Everett talk about this, not to get sidetracked. I had never had an omelet.
Eggs.
I'm saying I never had an omelet till I joined the military.
But I don't think in the military, omelets are dressing. I don't think you saw that. Maybe you thought it was.
You think I don't know what my mama fixing?
No, I'm just saying. Maybe you thought it was something else. It was maybe some broth, but I don't think.
It's in the same difference. It's in there. You gonna eat one with another? Like, Edna May watching, so don't.
You talking about mama dressing?
Can we get Edna's answer on that, Miss Edna? Can we?
Yeah, Miss Edna. What's the recipe?
Yeah, Miss Redford. You
ain't gotta give y'all the family recipe. Now y'all
she watching.
Yeah, y'all asking for too much on that. And she laughing right now. I can tell you that. Her and my dad.
They gonna give us the whole recipe.
I bet she can make some potato salad. I bet you did.
Not my mom.
Can't everybody?
I bet she can make that potato salad because them. Yeah, I bet she could put her foot in some potato salad.
I've been asking my mama for dumplings for quite a while. And February 10th, 2026, I turned 50. I'm hoping I'm able to get these chicken and dumplings from scratch from my mama. But I've been asking her, and I guess it'll take my daughter, Ariel, asking her for these dumplings to be produced because I fell out of favor because these dumplings ain't magically appeared. She bought me some.
You might get told off after the show because you're going to call your mom out. I can't believe this.
Candace, you can eat devil eggs, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I tear those up. Oh, okay. Yeah.
You don't eat them in one bite, do you?
I make those all the time.
Ain't nobody slicing no egg in half. You take the fork and put that whole thing in. Who's slicing the egg up into pieces? Who doing that? Like we doing.
I guess we ask the high definition audience. If y'all eat a devil egg in one bite, when I see people doing it, I'm like, you gotta slow down, baby.
Slow down, boy. Your stomach gonna be puffed up like you pregnant.
Yeah.
Eating devil eggs like
you want to feel. You want to feel swole when you get through eating.
Well, I'll be honest. I love deviled eggs. That's like one of my favorite. I don't even know.
Everybody can't make them, Lamont.
You're right. Everybody can't make them. The problem is
be pale as a. Woo.
if they dry. I don't like dry deviled eggs. I need to have a
Dry
little
devil eggs.
dry.
I don't know.
You have had
I
that
don't know where
before?
y'all been eating.
Like dry devil.
Like that's impossible to have a dry devil egg.
Marlon, you see how they acting? You
Yeah.
see how like they ain't never ate nowhere?
Right.
No, I've never had a dry devil egg.
No, now dry everything
That's
else.
hard to do. Like what? They just
But not
gave
no
you a whole
egg.
boiled egg.
You
and say,
don't
"Here,
mess
eat
up. You
this."
can't cook.
They didn't
You
make
have
nothing
to-
up with the yolk. They just gave you an egg, baby. I'm sorry about that.
I see Sonya
They
Jackson
took them
saying,
to
"Yeah, if
Rome.
it's good, she put the whole thing in her mouth, Lamont." So hey,
Just
I guess we gotta.
there you go. See, I knew Sonya was gonna know. Thank you, Sonya.
Thank you for being
Just
honest.
take that thing and just
But your whole stomach looked like you pregnant eating a whole egg. That was
Well,
what
it's
happened to
gonna
me.
look
I'll
like
eat
that
some.
after some dressing, some mac and cheese, potato salad, some greens. It's gonna look like that anyway.
Nah, I get deviled eggs, and then I can't eat anything else, and I'll just keep going back. Deviled eggs is a bad food choice
It's
for.
the devil.
It's the devil. Wait a minute. I got a question for the holy rollers. Have we changed the name of deviled eggs?
I will say I've started saying heavenly eggs.
Oh
Lord.
Lord.
Man, come on.
Oh,
No,
I ain't
come
gonna lie
on.
to you. I'll be like
Devil
heavenly
eggs,
eggs.
good.
Heavenly eggs.
Yep, I
Yes.
do say that.
So you don't say deviled eggs?
My aunt started me on that. She was a holy roller, and she did not play that. She was like heavenly
Angel
eggs.
eggs, Sonya. Oh,
We doing too much, y'all.
Hey,
we doing way too much.
hey, we already praying over the food. I mean,
That ain't enough, Marlon.
I think the
Well-
devil eggs got a spirit.
Let me
Yes,
also
Marlon,
say this.
they're devilish.
3
They about to
seconds
spill
now.
you some gas.
You
You
see
cutting
this
it in
Latanelle do 3
You
sections
cut
before she
You
eats.
don't eat it?
Man, you ain't got none but the two corners and then that little middle piece here.
Yeah.
To each his own, man.
Oh, Tania.
Well, Lamont, what did you say your favorite food was? I know a lot of people, when I talked about the mac and cheese and the yams, a lot of people, like my wife, they don't like their food touching, but I'll be like,
I don't like my
gonna have
food
a party in their stomach. So what's the difference?
No, I
think
don't
Dr.
like.
Goldman doesn't like her food touching.
Yeah,
What does it matter?
it seems messy to me. Visually, it seems messy. I don't like my food touching. I will grab multiple plates, let me say it this way: like dry food like ham, turkey, I can put that all on the plate touching. But if it's like greens and potato salad, I don't want that touching.
You can't have that
No,
green
I want
juice
all
over
my
the.
juices
No.
running together in there.
Dry devil eggs are a must
I
have.
don't want to go to White Shoe Baptist Church then, because y'all
Well,
got
Yeah, I don't want to be invited to eat with you. You got
Shout out
dry
to
devil eggs on the plate with the ham and the dry turkey that Marlon talking about tastes like toast. And
man.
yeah,
Listen,
the eggs gonna be on the other plate on yoke, and no.
shout out to Jimmy Dixon, the new appointed head deacon and usher.
Ooh.
Like he keeping the church in line already, man. We ain't even got rolling good. So shout out to Jimmy.
Thank you,
What I
Mr. Dixon.
Bro, Jimmy talking sideways, talking about some dry devil eggs a must. Jimmy, go sit down. Like Trina was saying last week, go have yourself a seat somewhere, sir. Because no, sir. Nobody don't want no done dry devil egg. You walking around eating the egg shells. That's what
About
you
to
do.
choke.
Somebody done grind up some shells and gave them to you.
Let me go to a different topic. I'm gonna go to our minister and our counsel again. Candace, some people might be praying a little bit too long over that food. Some people need to start warming up their prayer today to get ready for Thanksgiving. How do you politely say, hey, we might be doing a little bit too much over this food? And please, holy rollers, don't come at me for that. Y'all know what my legs should not go weak waiting on you to finish blessing the food.
SWB.
What do you think, Candace?
I've heard some people basically say amen, like just say it out loud,
Like that's enough.
so that we can wrap this up and we can all eat. I've had people walk away from the prayer because it's going on too long and they just start making their plate.
Dang.
So, I mean, people are
That's disrespectful there.
what do you want to call them? Raw. They uncut when it comes to getting their plate for food, because we done waited all year for all this good food, They want to have a long prayer. Now I can get it. Some people get excited, but they really get excited. And you know what? If you ask somebody to pray, make sure you prep them first. I
Candace.
know the Holy Spirit can hit you anytime, but like he said, hey man, can we just do, a simple prayer today? Because some people really do. They go all out.
It's an honor. It's an honor, right? So
Yeah, because you want me to pray?
right.
Just
They done sat at home and used Chat GPT.
Lord, not Chat GPT.
Marlon.
Yeah, because people will start, and people start hitting the person that's praying.
Oh
too.
yeah.
That reminds me of Miss Wanda. They'll start saying, "Come on."
Yeah.
But
Marlon, have you been around? I know some church people
Come
probably
on,
shaking
man.
their head at me right now, but please relax, everybody. But Marlon, have you been around somebody who might be just a little, like Candace said, a little too excited to lead the Thanksgiving prayer?
Most definitely. For me, man, I have more patience if and don't take this wrong, black people, but if the Thanksgiving dinner is supposed to start at 2 and it's going on 4:35 and y'all still in there clacking around dishes talking about the food to be ready in another 40 minutes, and then you want to get somebody to pray and we going on almost 6 in the evening, my patience is shot. Okay. At this point, I'm like, that prayer need to be 2 minutes and we need to get on through this line. So I have a little bit more patience, Lamont, if the function starts on time. I don't know if any of y'all experienced that. But y'all know how we can be sometimes, right? They tell everybody get there at 2. You get there at 2. Everybody's still setting up. Turkey's still in the oven. And see, I told my wife, I'm old school, right? My grandparents, they had stuff ready the day before that, like Sunday dinner, right? They cooked that Saturday. You heating up Sunday coming home, right? But for me, man, yeah, that long prayer, I don't feel like it's necessary. Now we do go around, I think my wife used to have a tradition when we do it at the house. She would go around and have people, tell us what they were thankful for, but it would be kind of limited to that. But then some people would get filled, right, because they had a rough year. Things happen, right? So
not the Holy Ghost doing.
Oh man, yeah. But to be honest with you, at first I used to be like, oh Lord, but then we would hear some powerful testimonies, and honestly, to me it brought the family closer, right? Because family don't talk like they should. You know that, Lamont. We don't check on each other like we should. So just having that opportunity and people being vulnerable in that moment, I thought it was really awesome, man. But I do get what you're saying, as far as that prayer, if it goes way too long. And I don't know if y'all remember that video online that time where the grandma, somebody was praying so long, the little boy fell out and they had to pick it back up. The knees that locked up on him.
I'm telling you.
Like used to be in ROTC. Joker fell flat out. Maybe we need to start having an orchestra or something. Somebody there to play the music like you're at the Grammys or something when you pray and just give you that hint to get off the stage.
I'm reading this message multiple times. My patience would be short too, but if you ask me to pray, my energy is going to rise up. That tells me you're going to pray for a long time. Yeah, that's the only thing that's signaling to me. You're going to be thanking the birds and the trees and the little babies in the manger. And, that tells me you might have a long one going. So
if you start every sentence with Father God, we're going to be in there for a minute.
Tia. You might not be a member of White Shoe Baptist, so you can say, long prayers or long drawn out prayers.
Tia's so no nonsense. I don't know. Go ahead, Tia.
I haven't been anywhere where it's really, really long. Even years ago, I'm thinking like what my ex-husband is, a huge family because it was 12, and the whole family would be at his grandma's house. Like it still wasn't. No, it was short prayer. I'm talking under 2 minutes because so many people. Like everybody know so no long prayer. We go to our moms and my dad prays or my brother prays. It's short. Marlon, but I am familiar with what you're saying, like what you're thankful for. Like I've done that before. We usually do it after you eat.
Okay.
So we do it afterwards. It's like something to do and to sit around and talk about after you've eaten, and you might be eating your dessert and stuff like that. But prayer is usually short. I can tell you right now, Miss Betty, my mama, um, say dinner at 2. We get there and Betty done ate at 1. Betty done everything was already out and already together. She said, "Well, I done ate half my food. I was waiting on y'all to get here with the rest, but I already done ate half of my food. Like everything Betty had to cook, Betty done ate her food."
Marlon,
She
Yeah.
said, "I said my own prayer, and she didn't did her thing, and she done ate her food." Yeah.
Marlon, I was thinking about Tia's number tradition of waiting to the end after people ate. No, there's like a sequence of gatherings
Yeah,
in
people get up
certain,
out of it after they eat.
not only get up out of there, or the men go to their own little thing and do whatever they doing. Man, I don't know if that work at everybody's gathering. Like you're gonna have a whole different answer what people thanking for. Thankful for Jim Beam, Jack Daniel. You know, people gonna be thankful for some different stuff at the end
Yeah.
of the
That's them after you eat, Lamont. That's them cousins that disappear and come back looking crazy, right?
yes,
So
yes, yes. Um no, while we're talking about what we're thankful for, Candace, what are you thankful for in this season?
I'm most thankful for just peace of mind. Of course, my family, and just really being able to step out on faith this year. God allowed me to create. Well, I've been having the business New Vision Therapy and Wellness. So this year, I'm thankful to God that I was able to fully launch my company full time. That's in January. So we're looking at November. Like I feel like this year flew by. I mean, it just flew by. Like at first, I'm gonna tell you the truth. Like I was really scared of stepping out on faith and didn't know like how I was going to do anything, any of it. But it all came together and it's been flowing. And God's blessed me with people a team that can help me get the business off the ground. So if you are struggling, need counseling, please do reach out. I'll put my website in the chat for those of you who may need some help with grieving or who are grieving during this holiday season or just need someone to talk to. So thank you so much, Miss Tennille. She also said something real quick I wanted to point at. She said the things we're mentioning were like temporary, as far as like grieving and things like that. And I
Yeah.
feel like grief is like your own journey, like everybody had to figure out what their journey looks like because it's not going to look the same as someone else's depending on who you lost, your personality, and all of that. So I'm just thankful to God that he kept me the whole year. We're in November and I'm still here, so and in my right mind. So God is good.
No, that's powerful what you're saying, being able to step out on faith. And like, if Fred was here, he would say this. So we talk about this all the time. We talk about his motorcycle hearse business. And for the people who are not in this area, Fred has a motorcycle that pulls a casket. And he always talks about birthing that idea and explaining it to his African American family. As you can imagine, everybody didn't think that was the brightest idea or idea that was good. Like, you gonna pull a casket on the back of a motorcycle? And but he said he had to step out in faith, and he always used the analogy to church. Like, we read all these scriptures about doing things in faith, but church folks are some of the worst people about doing things in faith. If we must be honest, we're some of the scaredest people out here about taking a leap, taking a chance. So shout out to Minister Fred Thompson, for reminding me that, and it's always stuck in my head because he has a real life example, a motorcycle hearse business that I can imagine. Even his cousin Everett said, hey, he had that look in his eye about this. Tia, what are you thankful for?
Um, as always, I'm thankful for many things in the year month, but and I know people take this for granted when people say, "Oh, I'm thankful for God's grace and mercy," but I take that very, very serious when it comes to my
Mhm.
kids and my family. When I say I'm thankful for God's grace and God's mercy every day, um, you know, I bring up every year. My son has two debilitating autoimmune diseases that cause him a lot of pain. And for years, we struggled from 2020 through the better part of 2021, almost into 2022, before we found out what was wrong with him. And, you know, being able to afford very expensive medications. Earlier this year, he finally got, medications after going without them for so long. But, him being in school. So when I say thanking God for grace and mercy, I truly, truly can't be more grateful to God for, blessing us with jobs to be able to buy medications, for insurance that people take for granted sometimes, that oh, being able to pay medical bills so doctors can see my son. And I tell people all the time, when people um, say they sick, or kids say they have a stomach ache, please take these things serious. Take it serious, because sometimes stomach aches are not just stomach aches for kids. For a parent that has someone that um, the chronic pain, just you can't move, you can't eat, you can't do anything. Um, and he was at school and I was here the first part of the of this year. It was really, really rough, like trying to go to class and things like that. And then just a few months ago, my daughter broke her jaw, and I'm like, oh man, last year this time she had torn her ACL, and we was just getting out of rehab. So when I say, thank God for grace and mercy, um, we have our two baby girls. We have them with us all the time now. There's so much that I could be thankful for, so much to be grateful for. The small things every day, being able to wake up, love on the kids, love on your family. Um, I'm very, very thankful, very grateful that I still have my parents. So many of us have, so many people that I know have lost their parents, and my parents are great parents, great grandparents, um, and they're always there. So, I'm so thankful for those things. Like, it's just, um, it's amazing sometimes. I say I get up and go to work Monday through Friday with, my first job is being a mom. So I'm thankful that I'm able to do that. I thank God for that.
No, thank you. And Tennille, you're right about, and I know Fred will watch this on the replay if he's not watching it on the road. You're right in a basic sense. Yeah, horse and carriage, no different than a motorcycle. But let me say, I've grown up around African Americans, and this don't sound like nothing normal. Pulling no casket on no on no motorcycle, but he was right. He bet on himself. He leaped out in faith. And let me say again, Fred has had a funeral service at least 5 of the last 6 days, including today on Sunday. Like, it ain't no shortage of business when it comes this way. And I asked him, because we were talking about this yesterday, he was on his way from a funeral. I said, hey, man, what happens if the phone ring and you need to be somewhere on Thanksgiving? He said, I'll be there on Thanksgiving. I was like, good gracious, man. But that's how he makes his living. That's his business. And I get it. Like, but he's leaped out on faith. And, you got to have that in line, leaping out on faith. So I know he's thankful, not that people have passed away, but he's thankful for having a viable business that's unique. Very, very unique. And if you haven't saw Carolina Motorcycle Hearse, and I'll put the link in this thing, it is a very classy service that they provide. I think sometimes he have his grandkids on mini motorcycles riding in front of his motorcycle. So it looks like a spectacular way to leave out of this earth, being carried that way. So shout out to Fred Thompson and his business and taking the leap of faith on himself. Marlon, what are you thankful for, sir?
I think Tia kind of took the words from me as far as that grace and mercy, right? That thing take you through there, regardless of what we do or how we fail. God's love, just on a daily basis. No matter how much we mess up, we can't really mess up with Him, right? We can mess up with man. Man lets you down and this and that and the other, but it's like God is always there. to pick you up, or when you fall, and he's always there for you, right? Um, thankful for also having an opportunity, like I talked about earlier, just to be with family, my wife, my kids, the remainder of the family, just to be able to get together and be in your right mind, right? And be able to walk on your 2 feet, to be able to say, "Hey, I'm here," and be in health and strength and things like that. Just enjoy those moments, and that's why I talked about as well. The food is great, but it's to me it's deeper. It's much deeper than the food. It's really about that fellowship. The food is an enhancement. Can't lie about that, but just having that fellowship with your family, man, and being able to greet each other and talk and catch up, because a lot of times you're not going to see most of those people during the year, right? Everybody's busy doing their own thing. So I'm just thankful for that time. And what I've noticed too, even certain members are starting to come that don't typically come, right? Normally the ones that are kind of stay away from the family, but they slowly started to come in. Those ones that really hadn't really associated for a long time. So I'll be thankful to see those things as well, because again, we're not promised tomorrow, and God is just giving us mercy daily, man. So I'm just thankful for it all. I will ask you this, Tia, because my manager, she has a blended family. She's kind of opposite. We were talking before we went out, and she was telling me, she's a white female. Her husband is black, but they have white children and black children. And she was telling me since they got married, she had to adjust her cooking for Thanksgiving. Have you experienced that, or that's something you hadn't experienced?
Marlon been holding this question all year, but go ahead.
To be
No,
honest,
I thought it was funny. She brought it up, and I was like, I didn't even think about that, right? But I mean,
be honest, I haven't had to adjust anything. We've typically, since we've been married, I've eaten with Chris and his friends, and food was absolutely amazing. I've had dishes that I would have never thought of, but
right.
they were so good. Um, I had an onion casserole one year. I know it sounds crazy,
Right.
but it
Let him
was
use.
so good. Like it was so good. But haven't had to change anything. Um I had last year after Thanksgiving, we had Thanksgiving with his parents. The food was absolutely delicious. I mean, we have what I guess what Chris would say, like too much food. Like
Okay.
when Chris had his first Thanksgiving, it was like looking around
We
like
do
where
it,
you
man.
like
We
where
do
you
it.
start. It's
You
like
ain't
where you
Golden Corral,
started.
baby
Like,
boy.
oh my God, where do you start? And then you got food for days after the fact. But his whole thing was like where you start. I haven't had no, to answer your question, no, haven't
Okay.
had to change a whole lot. Chris loves to cook, so um, l- him loving to cook and we loving to eat all different types of food. That's why it's been really good.
I think Candace got in trouble. I guess, is that vegetarian coffee or what kind of?
Listen, oh my gosh, you brought me. Don't even start.
I don't know if
That
Don't
that's
is
for
even
me
start.
or
Like,
your
listen,
husband.
listen. This is my treat for the night, so it's fine. It's fine.
Coffee,
Oh,
I am a coffee connoisseur though, so
me
I've had
too.
Cuban coffee. I've had
oh, I
all
love
kinds
Cuban.
of coffee, but that's something I'm working on. For my
Oh,
health. Y'all looking at me like I'm.
no, I mean your husband
No,
brought this
because
up.
that's
yeah,
my
we just
that's
looking
my
in the
drink of
comments.
choice when I'm on the show at night. I drink coffee. Most people were like, "Well, I can't drink coffee after certain times of the day," and that's not me. Like I can drink coffee all
All
day,
day and still go to
anytime,
sleep.
any kind of coffee. And
Yes.
my thing right now is like a really bold flavored coffee, a really bold flavor right now. Like at night is so good, and
Yeah, I'm
so
not a coffee drinker at all.
I don't put
It,
sugar in
Man,
the
how
coffee.
could you, man?
it
I
sound
can't.
like
I can't do it.
Warren need to get Candace over to White Shoe Baptist Church because it
No,
sounds like
because I don't want no dry eggs over here.
she
I
don't
know
supposed to be
that's right.
having it, and he probably gonna need to put his foot down. But
Oh
oh,
Lord.
oh,
So
don't be
So
this
listening
Candace,
to me.
well,
Talk
let me ask
about
this
drinking.
question before you move on. So Candace, do you put cream and sugar in your coffee?
No, just creamer. I just use creamer, just
And
solely
that's
creamer. Like
me
I'll have
too.
a
So I
bowl.
use Natural Bliss, and that's all I use because
Yeah, like
But
2
what has
tablespoons, 3
yeah.
tablespoons, and I'm good. I don't need a lot of creamer. I just need it just right.
let me go back to this
Yes.
comment. I don't think Warren care about any of that. He's saying, "I know you're not drinking coffee,
You good,
Candace."
Warren?
Man, look,
And
All
she
right.
turned it up too. Like, okay.
Uh,
no,
let me.
he's on me a lot about the coffee because it's excessive some days. Like it's just
Mm,
yeah. So yeah, it is
shout out,
coffee today. Yep.
shout out to my mama, and we talking about. And one of the things I am thankful for, both my parents are living. Um, and as my father buried his last sibling a few months ago, um, even being around my dad to watch him grieve as he's gotten older, as my mom has got older, that's special to me. So I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful for my family. Like also, and I know this sounds silly. I always talk about, when I go to that light switch, something needs to happen. But I'm thankful for being able to provide for my family. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like truly provide that we're not in a spot that we worry about the lights getting cut off um or anything like that. And I know as a man, Marlon, more so you probably can relate to this. Like, man, that's a huge thing for us, being
Most
able to be providers, like true
definitely.
providers. It ain't nothing like going into the holidays and nobody getting anything for Christmas.
Right.
Or, we can't afford to do what we want to do. So I want to say I'm thankful that I'm thankful for my mom. My mom been calling me. Y'all gonna think this funny. My mama been giving me the chitlin update on how many chitlins she ain't started to clean. They getting high in them stores. I picked up an extra bucket because they getting a little bit high. I gotta love my mama. Like she be talking to me about this thing. So I gotta love my mama. And for all the moms that are like that, like she gonna make sure it's enough food for everybody. Even if you say, hey, we don't need you to do anything. You just sit back and relax. No, oh, okay. And then she show up with 10 different things. Like, Mom, we good.
Yeah,
So
they say them chitlins that got so high, you had to put them on layaway now.
my mama was talking like that. You should have had that conversation with my mama. She was talking serious business about them chitlins.
I
Like,
depend on these chitlins since July, baby.
yeah, I got these
I gotta
buckets put
tell y'all a
away.
story. This reminds
Just
me
stop.
of
Just stop.
my granddaddy. He used to cook chitlins, and I smelt them when I was like 10, and I was horrified ever since.
Yeah, I couldn't try them. My grandmother and them used to make them. The way they had the house smelling, I never tried them ever
I
to
was
this day, and
No,
never will.
me either. Me either. And I can
Can't
still
do it.
remember years ago, my brother was like, pretty girls eat chitlins. And I was like, man, I must be the ugliest person ever because I ain't eating that.
No,
Shout out to Aunt May
I'm
Rashford
doing that.
for putting her foot in those chitlins and making sure we got enough. Because she was
And you
like,
eat them, Lamont?
I had some last year, but before that, it had been many, many. I had a bad experience about 15 years ago, and I was like, yeah, I'm good on this. But
Not a
I
bad
tried it.
experience.
Oh, yeah, sir. I had a bad experience. I'm blaming it on the chitlins 15 years ago, but it could have been anything over the Thanksgiving meal prep, and that kept me away. I automatically blame that. But
Well,
I tried them last year, and they wasn't that bad, to be honest.
if anybody's favorite food is sweet potato pie, Lila Spence is on tonight. She just posted.
I thought
That's
she was talking
I
about
said it.
chitlins. She like chitlins.
I said it. She was commenting on chitlins, and I
Oh,
think Lila eat chitlins, but Lila is your sweet potato pie lady. If you want the best sweet potato pie since your grandma, Lila got your sweet potato pie.
that's
Okay.
all
She
right.
got your
So,
sweet potato pie,
That
and her
shameless
sister
plug. I
got the
love it.
pound cake.
hey man, now speaking of things that ain't happened, I think I reached out to Lila the last
Mm-mm,
time she was on,
mm-mm.
and we were talking about the cake. I don't think that ever popped up either.
You
And
didn't
I'm
reach
not
out to
trying.
Lila about the sweet potato pie. You asked me to get the cake, and I got the cake. That was from her sister.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So we
Well,
got somebody else not following through on their promises. Is that
man,
what I'm
Oh
that's
hearing?
no,
happened
I
with Lila.
followed through. He got that cake. He got that cake Christmas Eve. He got that cake.
That's right.
Was
That's
it
right.
good, Lamont? Oh, you don't
Yeah. But
remember?
it's a new holiday.
Oh
Like,
no, that pound cake just melted in your mouth. Oh my lord.
I ain't never been a pound
Lala, if
cake.
you want to put your information on the page,
Have some
we
icing
will
on it or something.
more than willing to give you a plug. And look at Candace just drinking that coffee. I think she's just stunting now, Warren.
Yeah,
I
she
think
really
she
starting
just
now. I ain't seen that cup
I
go up
mean,
to
she's
how
drinking
else
it
am I
slow.
supposed to drink the coffee? Like it's a
She's
big
drinking
old
it
cup.
slow.
Like it's
Warren.
one of those venti ones, you know.
And
And
that's
T and
good
Candace,
too. A
I
cup
guess
of
I'll
coffee in
ask
the
you
morning
all.
with a piece of sweet potato pie, the
Yeah,
Black Friday.
And it got to
yeah.
be warmed up to you. You know, it got to be warm.
Go
So
ahead, Mark.
Candace and Tia, what are y'all best dishes? Like, what are y'all known for making?
Mm.
So of course, I make stickies, but I stickies and banana pudding.
Oh, so you
Them
make a
always
mean banana pudding?
Yes, they always gonna be at the top of the list with everybody. The stickies and the banana pudding. But the last few years, my mom and I had me on collard duty, so I've been making collard greens. And so um, I haven't eaten pork in over 2 years, so I haven't been putting pork in the greens, but I put turkey in the greens.
That'll work.
Do smoked turkey wings, and smoked turkey legs in the greens. So I was doing collard greens, and my sister comes over and she does the mac and cheese, and everything else is at my mama's house. Lila sent over them sweet potato pies. And then me and the kids, I usually bake a whole lot of stuff. Like I make pecan pies, cheesecakes, lemon cream pies. Like I'm a baker.
Man, so you do it all.
Yeah, I like baking.
Let's hear from the vegetarian.
Oh my gosh.
Make a tofu, a
Oh,
tofu
Marlon, and Chris
potato pie.
smokes turkey and smoked
So
turkey
yeah,
I never tried.
I'm more of like baking. So I like the pound cakes. That was my favorite thing to make from scratch. Pound cake, German chocolate cake. That's my favorite
Oh,
two
that's
cakes to
old
make.
school. Yeah, my
And
grandma used
then
to make German chocolate cake.
oh yeah, and then collard greens are my all time favorite. Like I will say, like growing up, I saw my grandma cooking. That was my best friend. That was like my second mom. She would cook, and she didn't call it chicken dumpling. She called it chicken pastry. But it
Oh,
was the same thing as
yeah.
like, the pastry and and the chicken and stuff. But yeah, like when I say collard greens and baking is my thing. That's my two things. So
Marlon, I'm starting to hear a trend. Every black woman that I've talked to about cooking swear they can make some collard green. Just
you
boiling
have to have
water.
a
That's all
taste
you doing,
test.
boiling water.
No,
Like,
it's
let's,
more than
Man,
boiling
that is
water. You
not
gotta
it.
wash them greens a few times.
Yes, it's a process. You gotta
Yes, you
cook
gotta
them down,
soak
you
them,
gotta
and then you
season them
gotta,
a few
you gotta
times, you
wash
gotta
them up
taste
and
them.
cut them.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
process.
it's
It
a
ain't
The
whole
no
process.
process
easy
in them
thing.
greens now. Wait a minute.
oh goodness.
You
No,
know,
this
some of
is
them will try to sneak them canned greens on you too, Lamar.
Oh
You have
man,
to watch out, man.
you can tell, Marlon, when they can green.
You
You
can
can
glory
tell when they
game.
morning glory, right?
Yeah,
glories. I was like, those
glory.
things nasty. I had
Mm.
somebody had the nerve to put sugar on it. I was like, oh,
Whoa, whoa,
Ooh,
whoa, whoa,
I
whoa,
could
whoa.
taste it. Just
yeah,
terrible. I
I'll put
swear
them
that
out the
thing was
house.
good. Mm.
They got to
Let me
go.
also one other thing that I'm thankful for, and as I'm sitting across from you guys, thank you for friendships. I've tried to be more intentional this year about friendships and talking to people. I don't always get that right. I'll be honest. Just from a life schedule thing. But I've tried to be more intentional to be a good friend to people. And I know that don't sound like a lot, but
That's a lot.
sometimes we can be friends or think we're friends and we never reach out, or if we reach out, we really want something. So I try to be more intentional about my friendships in this world. Shout out to Pastor Ed, who will occasionally just reach out of the blue. Hey man, just checking on you. And I try to do the same thing, but I don't want to be measuring my friendships. Like Ed probably reached out a few more times than I reached out this year. So I got to get on the ball. So, but he's a great guy, like a great guy. Um, what do you think about like family and friendships? Because those can be the difference in that. And I'll start with you, Candace. Those can be tricky situations, family slash friends. How do you maneuver this holiday season with that?
I will say it is a little difficult. I guess being a therapist, I'm always in my head. But I think about like for me, I had to evolve. Like, I'm 36, but I was a recovering people pleaser. So it's like I would say that my relationships look one sided. So now I'm in a season of like reestablishing relationships and setting boundaries and letting people know like who I am. I'm not gonna be there every 5 minutes, you know. Like I was that person that people would call and just whenever they need something. They never call to check on me. So I'm actually in a season of like reestablishing relationships right now. I have a few, like a handful of people that I can call and that call me and check on me and stuff. But I will say I'm in a difficult season right now, honestly, with friendships. But I'm okay with it because I'm reestablishing myself. I'm not gonna stress myself out about, like not being there. I'm choosing Candace for the first time.
No, that's powerful. And for the people who know me, and maybe I've talked about this before, and I'll go to you, Tia, next on that question. So about 3 days leading up to the new year, I go through with people I might have not had the strongest relationship with, or I might have said something out the way to you and meant it, like really stood on it at that moment. And I apologize to people. Like, but not that clears my conscience, but I don't want to go into a new year with that baggage from last year. So my 3 days leading up to New Year, I just make phone calls, text people, to try to straighten out some situations that might not have went as well. Tia, how do you in this season separate family and friendship? Because it can be tough.
Yes, it can be very tough to navigate, but something I've started doing, near the end of this year, to be honest with you, is being very intentional about how I feel about anything. If you said something, or I said something, um, making sure you understand, I said this, yes, if it hurt your feelings, I'm saying, I'm sorry, that I hurt your feelings, not necessarily saying I'm sorry for what I said, but I'm being intentional in my words, I'm being
Boy,
intentional in my thoughts. Yes, I mean what I said. I'm being
Jesus.
intentional.
How does that go over though, Tia? How does that go over? Does that go over well?
I just call you to let you know I meant exactly what I said.
No,
But if you took
no,
it
what I'm
wrong,
saying is, if you're having conversations with people, it's better to be upfront than to give people these illusions of how things are. You need to let people know how upfront you are. Um, I kind of, with some people, family people, I felt like Candace a lot. Like people will come to you a lot of times and you be the person all the times. And, when things are rough and things are tough for you, no one's checking on you and nobody is there. People tend to think that you're always the strongest and you're always, the person that can do anything, can handle anything, and manage anything, when a lot of times that's not the case. Sometimes you just want somebody to say, hey, how you doing? Or, how the kids doing? You just want, family members to check in, but they don't check in. Sometimes the check in is, hey girl, I was just checking in on you, and then immediately start into their life and what they're doing, what they want and how they feel. And so, you get into that and then you start to tell people how you feel. And you're like, hey, I didn't like that. And then all of a sudden they're the victim. They get offensive because you decided that you didn't want to be that person anymore. You chose yourself. And basically you choose your peace. Like, I don't want to keep being that person. And you just tell people. Um, they say, hey, you made me feel this way. And I'm like, hey, I'm sorry that you feel that way. Um, but that's how I felt also. I felt this way. I'm sorry you felt that way. I'm very intentional with my words. I try to be very intentional in what I say. If I know I did something wrong, and most times if I'm intentional, I know I did it. I apologize. Say, hey, I got really upset. I said some things. I didn't mean what I said. I was just really heated. You hurt my feelings. So in turn, I lashed out and I said some things that I didn't mean. Um, and I apologize for that. I'm sorry. But most importantly, with family, I think we have to be matter of fact. So many times, families don't say what they mean and they don't say how they feel about things. And this is how we get into these secrets. This is how we get into these cliques in families where nobody really understood what I said, or nobody understood what went on. One person goes to somebody's house and tells a story at Thanksgiving, and then you got people not showing up and things like that. That's how those kind of things get started, when all you had to do, like Marlon was saying earlier, is just have a conversation. Just have a conversation with somebody to say, this is how it made me feel. You said this is how it made me feel, and explain, clarify things. There's nothing wrong with those types of things as family. And we tend to make things worse than what they are with family members. We don't do that kind of stuff with friends that are outside of our family. We go out of our way for those people. Why can't we do the same for our family people, and making sure that we're fixing those relationships, we're mending those bridges? We don't do that kind of stuff for family. We'll just let the bridge be broke and keep on rolling. But we got to mend those fences. We got to mend those bridges. We got to check in on people. Even when people ain't checking in on you, checking in on them anyway, just to let them know that you care. And if they don't ever message back, talk to you back, you did your part.
Some good stuff.
And Marlon, I'm gonna go to you next, but I just want to point out, I'm glad Candace put that coffee cup down. I think Warren was gonna come through the screen if he saw that coffee cup raised one more time. But Marlon, how do you, Marlon, how do you deal with family and friendships during this season?
Candace, like, come on, Cleta. But yeah, Tia hit the nail on the head, man, with a lot of those things she talked about. I think within families, some of those broken. We have people, Lamont, and I've experienced it. I've been guilty of it. Have held on to childhood trauma, some things that we didn't even talk to family members about. Right? We get around them. Hey, Aunt such and such. Hey, Uncle such and such, and knowing you feel a certain type of way, but you fake your way through it, and people can eventually tell, right? So for me, communication is a good thing, and it doesn't have to be a Thanksgiving to air out your stuff, right? You know what I'm saying? You can tell them, I want to speak with you when you have an opportunity or get a time or whatever, even outside of that. But what I've experienced too, Lamont, is when you try to balance that friendship and family, I've had family members mad at me and not talking to me, and I don't even know what I did. And that communication wasn't there, and then I'm just like, you totally ignore me, you didn't speak, like what did I do, right? So to me, and you'll keep hearing me coming back to the C word, because we have to be better with communicating our thoughts and our feelings. And I think, like Candace and Tia said, when you start setting boundaries, oh man, people start falling apart. Then you just mean, evil person that only think about yourself and you selfish. But sometimes you have to be selfish to make sure you're good, in order to be good for others. But like Tia stated as well, you'll see, sisters, brothers, aunts, uncles do more for people in the street, than they do for somebody that grew up with them, right? Because they had this one falling out. It could have been over $20. It could have been over another man or another woman that was way back in high school, or somebody bullied you when you was 8 or 9 or 10 in the family, and made you go through this, emotional trauma and things like that. And we just hold on to those things. And I would love to see, even prior to Thanksgiving, I would love to see families just come together and agree. And I ain't saying the whole family, but agree upon some type of counseling, because a lot of this stuff is big in our families, Lamont. A lot of this stuff hasn't been dealt with. You have sisters that are feeling like, they weren't the main focus over the other sisters. You got brothers feeling the same way. Maybe mama had a favorite, daddy had a favorite. You know what I'm saying? I was treated totally different from the remainder of my family. And they talk about it to others. And I think that's what draws them close to others outside of their circle, at that time, because they're, instilling and giving those thoughts to them, and they're, getting that feedback. But I know that's a big problem. We can't save it in one night, but I wish that, a lot of families would be open to talking about that hurt, that stuff, too, so they can get that healing. So we're not at somebody's funeral saying, I wish I had another time to talk to you. I wish I had another day to speak with you, right? That's the thing that you don't want to run into. So my thing, Lamont, again, is communication, man. If anybody's having, issues like that, or even hesitant about going over to, grandma, mama house, whoever, because such and such gonna be over there and y'all ain't spoken in a year, I would say go and try to talk to that individual, whether it's after y'all eat and you ask them, can we speak outside or something like that? It doesn't have to be in front of the family. It has to be an audience, right? Try to make that thing right. And lastly, Lamont, I'll say this too, for men, And not trying to give you kudos or points anything, but I can say, with Lamont, I'm definitely going to at least hear from Lamont once a week, right? I could tell him something that's going on, and he'll follow back up with me. How did that thing go, right? And for men, that's huge, because and not saying I can only speak from men's experience. With men, a lot of people don't check on us, right? We do what we need to do. We take care of our family. We take care. We do what we got to do, right? But a lot of us don't get calls just saying, "How are you doing?" It's always maybe something behind that, like Tia said. You're gonna talk, hey, 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 hey. Then here come that. I was wondering if I could borrow. What if I could hold, right? And you just on your watch, like, when is it gonna come out? So I would say, for men, Lamont, and I thank you for that, man, because that's huge for me. I can be having a crazy week, and Lamont just call and say, "How's your week going?" And sometimes he'll get it all, and then what I'm saying, but then he's there, right? So he praying for me, things like that. We kind of have a back and forth, but for men, that is very powerful. For another man who has his own life and has his own family, his own problems he dealing with, to check on you to see how you're doing and don't want nothing out of it. So I encourage other men to do that. I think that's very powerful to check on each other, and women check on each other.
Shout out to Dr. Houston. Dr. Houston, yes, you need to watch the replay. We were talking about you not getting invited to the Thanksgiving celebrations, bringing no fish as a pescatarian. I don't even know, yeah, so you need to catch the replay. Definitely.
She come in the house with fish sliders.
Fish, yeah, like, y'all gonna put this tuna on the grill? Like, what? Shout out.
I just wanted to say one more thing. Like, I know we were talking about family and, getting along with family and holidays and stuff. And I'll say, like, for my family, like, I'm not gonna say like immediate, like your brothers and sisters and things. I know my family on my mom's side, like my cousins, like we don't talk every day, we don't see each other every single day. But when I tell you, when we need each other and all we got to do is just send a message, like we are there for each other. I can say that like 100%. Like we gonna be there to support each other. It don't matter what's going on, what's happening. Like we know this group of people gonna be right there. We know that these group of people, they're gonna show up for you all the time. They're gonna be in the background cheering you on no matter what's going on or what's happening. And so, in times like this, you got to be thankful for that. I know my cousins, great supporters, great, we'll back you up. We got your back. Yeah.
Let me say this as we get ready to wrap up. And when I saw Dr. Houston's comment, Dr. Houston, you did not grow up with no done Thanksgiving brunch. We need to get back to traditions.
Like got bougie, Lamont.
Yeah, all traditions are not bad. I do believe some family get-togethers could be a hostile place. It could be not the most comfortable, but it did growing up brought people together. Some people you don't see for another year or until death comes. And I always think the holidays is a time for family to get together. So please, 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 folks, don't get away from these types of traditions where we gather. One other last thing I'll say I'm thankful for is my church family. And that extends out across even the people who watch us through higher definition radio. I feel like we commune together. We can laugh, cut up, but we commune together with one purpose. Just trying to edify and lift Jesus Christ's name. So I am thankful for that. No matter what we go through, we might disagree on some avenues or some approaches or some scriptures we might disagree. But I am thankful to be able to push myself to be around like-minded people. And then one last thing, Warren, every time I pop any comment up from you, your wife grabs her a cup of coffee and puts it up. Like, dude, you might have to put your foot down at the house and get her at White Shoe Baptist. With that, let's do our round table to exit up out of here. I am thankful for this show. I hate we missed Fred on the show, but he was taking care of God's work. Tia, any final comments, ma'am?
No, I just want to tell Fred, I am thankful that you stepped out on faith and your business is doing well. Maybe not so thankful for the family, having to go through what they're going through, but we missed you tonight. But everybody, I hope everyone has a great Thanksgiving. Thankful for the Higher Definition Radio show, cast members, thankful for everybody. Just thankful that we're all here still to see another year. Marlon been on a long time with you
Yes,
since we were at the radio station, so it's always great with you on the show, and
thank you. Same
gotten
here.
to know you and the family over the years. So it's very, it's very good that we can all come back together and do these shows every year. So
Oh yeah.
And Dr. Houston, no one was saying you said it, but I got beat up last week, even mentioning tradition. Like I'm talking about let's get rid of Christmas or something.
yeah,
And y'all know Mariah Carey is warming up. Christmas time is here. Candace, any final comments, man?
All right, just before.
Wow.
Warren, you might have to show out, man.
Oh my word.
I don't know what it is about y'all in this coffee. He done got y'all started. Listen, he done got y'all started. But so I'm just thankful to be here. I'm thankful to be with the Higher Definition family again, and just really thankful, like I said, for family, husband and daughter, Bill. Everybody's doing well and good health. Like Tia was saying, it's not, yeah, I mean, health can turn either way. Like, just you could be healthy one day and next thing you know, like, something could happen. So I just thank God for, like you were saying, grace and mercy. Glad to be here, excited to see what 2026 brings. Like, I just feel like this year flew by. I feel like we blinked and it was already over. Like,
Yeah, they were real fast.
it just happened too fast. But again, thankful to be here and grateful for the show tonight.
And for the people that's watching, do not be surprised if you see Christmas videos out from Higher Definition. If you think it's blasphemous, you don't like them, I ain't even going to say keep scrolling. Just enjoy them for what they are. And don't be surprised, soon you see flyers for White Shoe Baptist Church with your head pastor, Dr. Bishop. I think I need to go to the Lamonte Rashford. I got to make that thing sound right. As the head pastor, you got Marlon, I got to make that thing sound right.
Oh yeah.
So don't be surprised if you start to see that. Marlon Davis, final comment, sir.
Yeah, great show tonight. Definitely thankful for my wife, our children, grandbabies, the whole nine, man. We've been through a lot this year and we're still here. Thank you to the grace of God, right? So just so thankful to still be in the number and not turn to some of the devices that you could turn to, right, with the pressures of life. I just thank God keeping us on track, even though sometimes we don't even feel like he's working, right? He's always there. He's always working. And that's one thing that we hold on to. Thankful for, the High Definition family, right? This has been an awesome outlet, what I'm saying, as far as us coming together, coming on social media and not, acting a fool and, and doing something positive, right, for the community. Always trying to drop nuggets for individuals that can relate to anything that we talk about on the show. And Lamont, thank you for your commitment, man. How many years now so far?
18, sir.
18 years, man. How many people stick with something for 18 years, right? That's commitment alone. But just thankful for Neil showing out tonight. Just thankful for that, man, and just to be a part of, actually being asked to be a part of the show, right? Which I think has done a lot in the community, and Lamont has done a whole lot for the community for free. How many people do that, right? So I'm just thankful to be a part of something like that, Lamont. That means a lot to me. That it's positive. It's something that's used to uplift people and not bring them down. So just thankful to be a part of all of this.
No, again, want to thank everyone for joining us, watching us. On the funny side, before I say something serious but true, I thank people who send me pictures, whether they at funerals, at church services, of people's white shoes. People just send me inboxes.
You talk about them so much. What you think of him?
right.
I'm like, who's sitting at church just snapping pictures of white shoes?
And tell Fred next year he gonna have competition, Lamont. I'm stepping out on faith, and I'm gonna be pulling people's caskets with an e-bike. So tell him I'm coming.
Thank you, Marlon, for that sense of humor. So thank you for people who share their life experiences with Higher Definition Radio, can laugh with us. Because I'm sure when you taking them pictures, some white shoes. You trying to get just the right angle so you can send them to me.
But Lamont, it has to be the zoom in, right? Like you can't get no tall pictures.
No, I'm telling you, you'll be surprised the pictures I get. It might be a crowd of ushers with their white shoes. It might be somebody out of place. So I think for our faithful listeners and watchers who agree with my white shoe obedience that needs to be in the church. Oh my goodness. Oh my
I just
goodness.
have one
Yeah,
question
right here.
before we
Yes,
go.
ma'am.
Like, are
Yes, ma'am.
those shoes hard or are they soft?
No, they're soft. They
They're
nursing
very
shoes.
soft.
They
Yeah.
like, yeah, they very, very soft. They're expensive
Yeah,
now.
they're the old school nursing shoes before they started wearing Crocs.
Okay, I
Yeah.
remember the
Ooh.
usher shoes, but I didn't know how they felt. Thank
Ooh.
God I didn't have to wear them, you know. And
Again, I want to say thank you for everyone who's watching and joining us. Thank you, Marlon, for what you do for the show. Thank you, Tia, for what you do for the show over the years. And Candace is our newest member. We thank you. I am going to be more deliberate of making sure that you're exposed into more what higher definition does. Because we need your voice. We need you as a person. We need your counseling. Well, sound like, yeah, all of us probably need your counseling. Everybody but me. But then we need your ministerial advice because we all have things we're dealing with. And matter of fact, short sidebar, in Sunday school this morning, we were talking about Jesus and casting out the demons, the ones that jumped into the pigs. And like, I love to have those types of conversations and just talking about those things, but it doesn't have to be so serious all the time. Sometimes when you talk about religious matters or spiritual matters, we get so serious that we're no earthly good. Like, we can't have a real conversation about things or different viewpoints into that. For the people who don't know, when the demons acts is not to be judged on that day. So my question to our Sunday school class, that means the demons, do they live on and jump from person to person? Or is that a one-time thing? Because they ask not to be judged on that day. And I'll put the scripture reference in there for people who don't know what I'm talking about. And some people were like, well, that's why we don't eat pork, because the demons jumped into the pigs. Y'all doing too much, man. Y'all holy rollers doing way too much. Slow down. That ain't the way we were going on that. But with that, and Dr. Houston, nobody is running no 5K on no Thanksgiving. We're getting ready to eat. We're going to starve from the time we wake up until it's time for dinner, and then we're going to eat. So we ain't nobody running. But thank you for the offer. With that, Warren, thank you, sir, for what you do. Please be blessed. Be safe, everyone. And try to reconnect on some of these relationships that maybe not in the best and the most healthiest spot. And I say thank you to everyone who watches and follows Higher Definition Radio. We will have a Thursday Thoughts on Thanksgiving, so you'll see that at 10 a.m. And with that, be blessed, everyone, and have a great night.